What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. This is the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,100 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. Thank you guys so very much. We are getting some pretty awesome temps this week in the ATL. We're claiming that. And today, my guest is the wonderful Emilie of Mama's Bath and Body. Hey, Emilie.
Hey, Ash. It's so great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, lady. I know that you're a busy lady. You're a busy bee. You're a busy bee over there.
It takes a lot to do this.
Absolutely. So, Emilie, first off and foremost, let us know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
I am from, where am I from? Literally or figuratively?
Literally. Where were you from?
I grew up in Akron, Ohio.
Oh, gotcha. So, as a young kid in Akron, Ohio, what was your dream job?
My dream job, well, I thought I wanted to be an actor. That was something that, I had no experience doing, but I loved TV and movies, and I really, really, really thought I wanted to be an actor, like a film actor.
Gotcha. So, where did that journey lead you?
Well, it's interesting. So it led me to college, but trying to pick a more sensible career. So I ended up kind of getting a major in video production, but I always still knew I wanted to work on films, just not as an actor at that point. I kind of got that out of my system when I realized how difficult and, how 1 in a million those chances are.
Yeah.
So I graduated with a degree in video production, and I started freelancing in that. So what brought me to Atlanta, actually. My friends and I were looking for some opportunity, like cities with opportunity, and it was right when the 1996 Olympics were about to happen. So came on down to Atlanta, and I had an internship and just kind of started getting jobs on films. I worked on the Olympics, on a video, and, just kind of led from there. And then that took me out to Los Angeles.
Wow. So what led you to the idea for Mama's Bath and Body?
Well, when I lived in Los Angeles as a freelancer, which, anyone who's freelance knows, you're sitting around waiting to get employed, which can be really frustrating when you have a lot of time on your hands. And I had learned a lot of skills that I thought would set me up for success to start my own company. I learned about budgeting and operations and strategy, while I was working in the film industry. So it was something I just kind of started doing on the side on a really small scale. I started experimenting with recipes back then. The internet wasn't quite as resourceful as it is now. Yeah. So I bought a bunch of books and started making mistakes and, just really started to fall in love with making something.
Cool. Now, as you were kind of playing around with this idea and cultivating this brand new brand, what were some of the challenges that you were facing?
Well, at the time, it was money. That was probably my biggest one. Like, when I first started it, it was, kind of trying to scrape money and time, which are always, I think, two of the biggest obstacles in running a business. And with a limited amount of money, what to spend it on. Should I hire a graphic designer or learn to do it myself? Should I hire a web designer or learn to do it myself? And early on, I went super DIY on everything. I ended up having a little more time than money to put into the business. So I learned, I became a web designer, I became a graphic designer, at least for what I needed. And I'm not saying I would recommend doing that, but that's a great way to get things started if you have some of those skills.
Gotcha. So what were the principles that you wanted to implement in your company to set this brand apart from the rest?
Well, at the time, this was before essential oils became the thing that they are now. So that was a big one for me. I really wanted to use essential oils as our scent. And that was harder to do because A, they weren't as popular, and B, there weren't as many options. Fragrance oils, you can get a lot of things that just don't come in essential oils. So limiting the line to what was available and, smelled good kind of created some parameters that made it both a little more difficult but a little bit easier as well. Once you kind of set, force the company and the idea that you want, and you start working within that, you can get things moving a little bit faster. But using natural ingredients, truly being transparent with my customers about what was in the products and what they were good for, those were all things that really appealed to me from day one that are still really important to me.
Gotcha. All right, Emily. So we're going to take our first break here. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about mamas and how you guys have continued to grow and expand. And I'm going to talk about my first experience in mama's bath and body. Yeah.
Exactly. I'd love to talk about that.
So you guys hang tight. We'll be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. I'm your girl, Ash Brown, and we're chilling with Emilie of Mama's Bath and Body. And Emilie, I just have to say, walking into your store, your Avondale Estates store, was absolutely exhilarating. I love that. That's exactly what I want to hear. I've never been into a store that, I mean, number one, it just smells like I walked into heaven. I felt like, oh, this is,
I love it.
This must be what heaven smells like because everything is awesome. You know, I mean, just despite, because we've all been in the malls and we've been to those, you know, those certain stores that are set up apart there. But this, walking into Mama's was a completely different feel. The vibration was different.
So exciting to hear.
And I just want to commend you and definitely give you kudos on that because as you walk in there, it's like you forgot your whole day. You don't even care what happened in the beginning of the week, you know?
I love that. We hear that a lot. People come in, it's just kind of like a little break from life, and that's what we wanted to create, a sanctuary that smells good and feels good for people to come in and get inspired and, you know, just pamper themselves and make themselves feel good. So that it's delightful feedback, Ash.
Absolutely. So I want to talk, I don't even know where to begin, but how, I don't even know, you know, feng shui or whatever, or everything. How did you guys figure out what products you wanted to carry and how to set them up on the floor room?
Well, I'll tell you, I read a lot of, like, kind of my passion is design, like interior design. I'm not an interior designer by any means, but I read a lot of magazines. I go into a lot of stores, and I just kind of started studying, you know, real life examples of things that I liked and things that I didn't. And, you know, some of it, I'm always trying different stuff, and some of it works and some of it doesn't, but I've definitely developed what the aesthetic that I like for Mama, and so we try to be consistent with that.
Yes, it is gorgeous. I mean, you guys offer everything from soaps and lotions and oils to teas. The whole wall of tea. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a tea wall.
Teas and herbs,
There's everything.
Walls and walls of everything.
There is so much there, and I was just like, it was just absolutely just amazing. So, with you guys having all these different ranges and there's so much that you guys already do and carry, like what is going to be the next phase of Mama's?
Well, that's what I'm most excited about because we're working on some really, really cool stuff. One of the things that I really have been thinking about and wanting to do is do more product innovation rather than just put out more products like are already out there. So one of the most exciting things we're working on are called hydrosols. It is a spray. It's like a floral water. It's the same process that you use to extract essential oils with a copper still. It makes these amazing waters called hydrosol. It's kind of a byproduct of essential oil distillation. So I just bought my first still this year, and we're working on those. We've been distilling all of these really beautiful aromatic herbs. So you can look for those next year. And then along with that, more of a face line with like therapeutic ingredients, more herbs and fresh ingredients in that. So those are the two really like things that I'm most excited about.
Yes, you were telling me about the aerosols when we were there for the class.
The hydrosols.
Hydrosols.
I'm so excited about this. Anyway, I can talk someone's ear off about this forever because it's so awesome.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that because as you were describing it and we need more brands and more companies that are more conscious about the environment, more conscious
Yeah.
about health, and you guys do that. I mean, I can't vouch for really anybody else, so I can vouch for mamas. So.
Well, we love that, and that environment, it's everything. Nature is
Yes.
everything. That's, I feel I have to be a good steward of nature.
Absolutely. Now, last but certainly not least, Emilie, what advice can you offer to any moms out there that are just working hard, trying to make ends meet and trying to get things done, but they've forgotten about that dream that they had when they were a little girl?
I've been there. I know that. Just, the best thing you can do is just start plucking away at it. All the reasons you had to not pursue it or whatever, it doesn't mean that you have to set it aside, but don't let it die. Keep working on it, and know that if you kind of keep it moving forward, even in just little bits, there will be a time in your life where things clear up and, kind of create a better path for it. And I know that's so hard to wait when you have something that you love that you really want to do.
Yeah. Definitely hanging on to that. Emilie, Mama's Bath and Body, thank you so much for joining us today. We had a great time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been really awesome.
You are awesome. Let everyone know the best way to get in contact with you and, of course, to stop by one of your 2 locations. Yeah.
Yes. So our website is loveyourmama.com, LOVEYOURMAMA.com. And then we have the store is called Mama Bath and Body, MAMA. And we are in Avondale Estates, and we have a smaller store in the Krog Street Market. So they're both great locations to shop. And we're also in some other stores around town.
Awesome sauce. Love
which are on our website. So many ways to find us.
Many ways to find you and stalk you. Of course, you're on social media too, so it's everywhere.
Exactly.
Mama's everywhere. So we appreciate that. And I thank you guys so much for joining us on this program. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do.
Exactly.
Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way better. Until next time, you guys.